Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. I'm gonna go after the Ottomans. I'm gonna go after the Ottomans. I can turn them into a protectorate. Nobody's gonna stop me. Let's do it. It's gonna be a whole ton of infamy. I'm gonna need to frickin' chill after this. But it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna need to build up a few more ironclads here. Just to hopefully make sure that my fleet is large enough to effectively naval invade them. But no one's gonna stop me doing this, and I'm gonna do it. Oh, this number. I don't like this number. I don't like this number. But Great Britain's going after the United States. I'm gonna mobilize my armies. I know it's a little early to mobilize, but it's the right call. I don't want to add any more war goals because I feel like I'm taking as much as I can feasibly take right now. So we'll do a multiple invasion strategy, and we'll just try to snag as much territory as we can, and hopefully we'll just grab stuff. We'll Roman Empire this thing. In fact, what if I stole some territory? I could steal some territory in the southeast, frickin' no problem. But no, I want to get my infamy back down low, because this is the path to a giant problem. If I'm doing a more sort of trade and diplomacy based strategy, which I am, I can slowly steal territory from the Ottomans over time. I don't think anyone will guarantee their independence, so I think I'll be able to accomplish that without with very small amounts of problems. Still building up a lot of industrial stuff, but again, hopefully that's long-term goals related. Fleets are sufficient in size to carry our armies effectively, except for this one. They're in a little bit of a hard spot, but they'll be fine eventually, hopefully. The plan is for them to hopefully eventually be fine. Anyway, having a minus 5% penalty is not too large. I think we'll send the main army in here, and then others in, over here or other locations. Spectre Hunt in the World event, again, this bar is advancing, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. So naval invasion will invade Thessalia with our main fleet. And one of these fellas needs promotion. Promote him again. Alright, and then our other fleets are ready to go. So we'll do some additional naval invasions. I want to snag Albania and get a merged front here. And then with our other army, let's grab Cyprus and see how it goes. I don't think they're going to be able to defend Cyprus, but if they send troops to defend Cyprus, that'll be just fine. I recognize I'm leaving Italy undefended here, but I don't think they're going to be able to successfully naval invade Italy. What with all these fleets I've got in position here? Interesting. These fleets are going to the Aegean. Curious. Okay, they are going to defend the Cyprus landing, which is fine. That's just fine. Go ahead and defend Cyprus. Oh no, I hope you won't defend Cyprus. Cyprus is so important to my strategy. Oh. Alright, perfect. We are landing in the west. This is... I can't believe I managed this. This is great. We're landing in the west. We're going to have... We should have our major armies landed really soon. That should be very good. We're losing this invasion battle, but I don't really care. Because again, this is really the major front here. Let's go ahead and set the capital as our... That's not a thing. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, as long as this naval invasion is occupying Ottoman troops and preventing them from coming over to what I really see as the main front, I'm gonna let that invasion keep happening. Sorry, fellas, you're Gallipoli, but it's worth it. Long term, having the Ottomans as a subject is going to be huge for us. Gosh, we sure are building a lot of stuff in Switzerland. So once this ambitious construction plan is complete, we'll take a look at how economic entanglement is going, and that'll maybe give us a better sense of where we are with our other subjects. Whether through the trust of our people or the trenchants of our soldiers, Italy has emerged unbroken from the wave of socialist agitation that threatened it. So this is the Spectre Haunting the World event timing out. They still saw the pamphlets sometimes, decayed paper corpses trapped in the gutters, caked in soot and mud, bold red and black ink abraded by rough stones and rougher footsteps. The police had not bothered to pick them up, viewing them as an affront to their gloves, or perhaps realizing that their fallen remains made more of a statement than their complete disappearance. A triumph for all of Italy? Extra legitimacy for 5 years, loyalists from political movements, reduced political strength of laborers, 2% of upper and middle stratum pops become more loyalist, or things will never be the same again, extra loyalists from political movements, but not as much, stronger fascist and reactionary movements, reduced political strength of laborers, but no legitimacy bonus, 5% of upper and middle stratum pops become more loyalist. I'm going to do the first one. I don't necessarily want a fascist movement to be strong in Italy. Alright, we haven't taken the capital yet, although we are progressing in good stead. They're moving more armies over here now. We are continuing to lose our invasion of Cyprus, but again, an invasion of Cyprus was never the goal here. And I can always break that off if it seems like there's a threatening naval invasion of, Italy. Alright, well, we're making very, very good progress on the front in the Balkans, so maybe we'll, right. What a curious border we've got here. Yeah, so this is all one front still. They did some work with fronts, so it looks like these fronts successfully merged the way they should be merged. We are in the process of taking northern Thrace. Again, eastern Thrace is the goal. Dogutrakia. Rubber in various areas in the Empire. We want the main front over here. We want the main army over here, because this is the main front. But, okay. Now we've got to break off this naval invasion. Because we need this army going over here to shore up that front. And make sure things are good to go over there. All of our other armies are successfully moving forward. Japanese obligation expiring. That's okay. I don't think there was really anything I can... Oh, my. A French radical revolt. Well, that's a curious situation. It looks like Spain and Belgium are going to stand with the government. I'm going to decline for now. But what have you got going on, French radical revolt? You're a universal suffrage presidential republic, as opposed to the French Empire, which is a census suffrage monarchy. So you're about the public education. It doesn't seem like the French radical revolt has all that much to offer me at the moment. I'd be perfectly fine to be friends with the French Empire, although the French Empire are belligerent towards me. But I've kind of got my hands full over here, and I would really like to have this war done and finished so that I can get what I wish to get. Okay, so Spain and Cuba, Spain and their subjects side with the French Empire. Again, trying to get the capital so that they don't have war support protection, because they've currently got war support protection. I'll have my remaining army in there, supporting the Belgian workers, We will support the workers in Belgium, boosting the power of their trade unions. Maybe we believe in the international cause of the working man, maybe we don't. In the end, it doesn't matter. What matters is that the Belgian trade unions get stronger. An excellent idea, they get stronger. This will be ill-advised, they get weaker. I think this is our trade unions. I'm going to support them. So let's take a look at this now. The French radical revolt is uncertain. Again, Belgium is likely to stand with them. The British are more likely to stand with the rebellion. Who's this? That's... Oh, Occitania is likely to stand with the government. Well, that settles it. I'll never stand against Occitania. My friends and brothers in Occitania. Right, nearly taken over the remaining territory here. Right, Belgium sides with the Empire. All right. The one thing is, if the North German Federation get involved, that can be cool. I'm going to improve relations with them. I'm improving a lot of relations right now, friends. I'm just trying to get some international friends. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make friends with people. I'm trying to make friends with the Ottomans by force. All right, we do have their capital at this point, so they should not have war support protection. Yeah, I don't think I can save the French radical revolt at this point, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. That's just going to kind of be what it is. All right, winning our battle in Hudavendigar. And they are at negative war support. So... Protectorate? Protectorate. Let's do it. Beautiful. And now the Ottoman Empire is within our empire. I don't have the influence to give them knowledge sharing. But I will be able to eventually. Great Britain is damaging relations. I don't love that. I think when I get Morocco up to neutral, I'll start doing knowledge sharing with them. With the Ottomans, that is. And that will improve things. Obviously, their liberty desire is going up really significantly. But it'll be okay in the long term, because no one likes the Ottoman Empire. Obviously, my infamy is a major factor here. But, you know, things are what they are. Let's go ahead and increase... Let's go ahead and continue to build up some of our other subjects. And let's get our economies entangled. Alright, production and agitation. In collaboration with the Agrarian Party, Oronzio Grifeo has secured a deal for cheap and quickly distributed pamphlets in support of the party. The interior of the carriage held a pleasant surprise, a crate of several thousand pamphlets printed on an industrial scale, each with instructions on the voting process and a cheaply copied logo of the Agrarian Party. They made a hefty weight, and he hoped would turn out to be an equally sized benefit. Bury your opponents in a sea of paper, extra momentum, or these connections can be used later. Less momentum, and he becomes ambitious. Interesting. Let's do the second one. Let's make him ambitious. So what do things look like now? Far left is still the largest party. Agrarians and the conservative Catholics are equal and in the middle, and the right is tiny. Alright, not bad. Again, we are Eating good with debt. Let's throw... Ooh. Let's throw in a fruit consumption tax. I'm paying a lot of influence for... Oh. Freaking nothing. I don't need to suppress the positive movement anymore. They're hardly even a movement. That's not even a real movement. So what can I do with consumption taxes? I could do fish again, but I think transport's more efficient. So we'll do transport. And I could do even one smaller one, so let's do porcelain. We're in big consumption tax town, I tell you what. In the process of incorporating Corsica. Feeling pretty alright about that. Obviously, now we're going to need to really, really chill, because our empire is going to be restive due to our high infamy. In fact, if I could stop improving relations with people, I would have faster infamy decay. But I gotta get some of these countries up to 50, so I'm just going to do my best. A radical expansion. The ideas of the far left have been raising interest throughout the country, leading to political turmoil. Those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are people who want crops without plowing the ground. They want rain without thunder and lightning. They want the ocean without the roar of its many waters. They should expand even further. More radical pops in Abruzzo, extra momentum to the far left. They're compromising the unity of Italy. Trade unions and petite bourgeoisie upset. Reduce momentum. Or someone should convince them to stop. Significantly reduce momentum. 5% of pops in Abruzzo become more radical. I can take the heat to reduce their momentum a little bit. I don't want to reduce it too much, but I haven't reduced it much. And the agrarians are gaining more than the far left are losing. So I'm feeling pretty alright about that overall. Alright. We finished out some of our relation improvements. That's giving us a little bit of extra infamy decay. Communist movement organizes in Tuscany. Organizers affiliated with the communist movement have embarked on a focused campaign to inspire support for a council republic in Tuscany. Residents of every region in the world would like to say that their home has a long and unique history of tight-knit community. The organizer almost agreed. The problem, of course, was that said community did not often extend to outsiders. He'd been thrown out on his ear more times than he could count, but he persisted nonetheless. If he could introduce the right phrase into the right circles, perhaps even an idea that had been rejected out of hand at first, would begin to find purchase. There are plenty of willing ears in Tuscany, stronger movement, extra pop strength, and extra radicals from political movements, or they must be concerned with far more grounded things. Half the bonuses to pop strength and radicals from movements, no stronger movement. I'm going to do the second one. I don't necessarily want a stronger communist movement right now. It would be interesting to be able to get to labor rights. And in fact, that might be the way to go, regulatory bodies. Yeah, because the industrialists being mad is fine with me. They're barely going to be able to stop it, but a lot of the country actually supports this. So maybe... we do this, and then we do regulatory bodies. Make it happen. And that'll make the communist movement chill out a little bit, and then we'll all be in Scotland at the same time. Hey, France, now that you're, like, in a freaking war, do you want to maybe slow your roll and chill our relations? Chill out, damaging our relations? Or are you still belligerent? Oh boy, fruitful endorsements. In a gesture of solidarity with the far left, Ignazio Zurlo has encouraged his supporters to vote for it in the ongoing election. He's a corporatist. For the interests of all principled people, the far left has a consistent record of excellence. I cannot speak higher of those brave men and women moving Italy forwards under their name. He has our thanks, certainly, extra momentum to the far left, or his endorsement would best be more specific. Extra momentum to the far left, not as much, but stronger petite bourgeoisie. I'm just going to give them the momentum. I think that's better long term. Alright, and this should be good. This should help, because I think it's going to help the communist movement maybe chill out some. And then I can get chill times. Hey! Floating harbor. Excellent. Let's upgrade our production methods for our trade centers. Mass scale trading. Yeah, here we go. We got so much merchant marine, it's going to be just fine. So we finished with a lot of our relation improvement. Obviously, the Ottoman Empire are absolutely furious with having been subjugated, but I can offer them knowledge sharing. In short term, that'll be useful. A tumultuous campaign. Whilst campaigning for the far left in the turmoil-racked Apulia, Ferdinando Piccinelli has been attacked and brutally assaulted by a group of unknown assailants. He's the leader of the petite bourgeoisie and a Republican. When the crowd cleared, the screaming stopped, all that was left in the street was his prostrate form, bruised, cut, and barely recognizable as the titan he had represented not 5 minutes before. Some rest and recuperation would be best. He gets the scarred trait, and they lose some momentum. Or get back to the trail right away, he gets the wounded trait, and they gain extra momentum. I think he can get some freaking rest. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. You know, it's all fine. I'm having a real hard time with radicals in the country, mostly due to low standards of living. Desired standard of living continues to go up, basically with literacy. House incorporation process in Sicily, in Corsica. It's all right. I need to build up some frickin' industry here, is what I need to do. So let's see what our market needs. We've had a serious realignment since bringing in the Ottoman Empire. So what else do we need? We need explosives, we need steel, and we need engines. Is Corsica a good place to produce those? God, Corsica's in a population crunch is what's going on here. We'll just do some explosives for the moment. The crusade for change. The ongoing effort to implement regulatory bodies has captured the imagination of the conservative Catholics, which has added full-throated support for the new law as part of its central platform. The country yearns for change. For too long, we have watched the nation suffer. Is it not right to call for upheaval? Is it not right to call for the changes that are long overdue? I tell you now, we must embrace the future. Conservative Catholics are the champions of change, extra momentum, or the people speak and the nation shall listen, extra enactment support chance. Enactment success chance. I'm going to go with the second one. 20% enactment success chance, basically from thin air, is really, really good. Again, we're being very chill in our foreign policy now. We're straight up peace mongering right now. We're gonna monger peace. Hopefully, getting all this industry built in the Ottoman Empire will help with things. But let's take a look at our other subjects right now. Switzerland, their liberty desire is actually very, very high. But this is mostly due to our infamy. It's going to start going back down pretty soon. Love progress to study, wonderful. That's going to be about a year. We're going to have to tolerate it for now. Liberty desire of Gaza is going up, but only a very small amount. Zulu, nope, still low. Transvaal, going up, but we'll be going back down as soon as we're not infamous anymore. Orania, going up. We'll be going back down as soon as we're not infamous anymore. Marina Kingdom, same deal. And Transvaal and Orania will be at about Midland once we're down to below 50 infamy. Marina Kingdom will actually be going down. So it's only really the Ottoman Empire and Switzerland that we need to concern ourselves with right now. I'm going to need to be very conscientious about Switzerland. I do strongly desire to keep them. How's our economic entanglement? Because that's really a major factor. We are significantly entangled. I could get us entangled further. Let's do that. Do they have any industry that I can safely build that'll build fast? Yes, they have lead mines over here. And they've got some coal mines that I can build up. And then on the other side here in East Switzerland, nothing too fast, but explosives factories and steel mills should be good to go. And then we'll work more on the Ottomans. They'll be moving progressively and there is the election. Do we need to change anything up right now? I don't think we do. Looking pretty rock solid. Looking pretty rock solid. Government of many parties is just a fine place to be. I'm just going to build mostly resource industry in the Ottoman territory. Any farming and plantations that are profitable, I'm going to increase. Ooh, vineyards, nice. Tobacco plants, heck yes. Opium plantations, don't mind if I do. What this is going to do is this is going to produce a lot of economic dependence really fast, and hopefully that will be highly effective in getting their economies and ours intertwined. Which again is our long-term goal, really. Remember in Bangkok, very good. Again, I am absolutely hemorrhaging cash, paying huge amounts of interest, paying a ton of subventions still, but that's okay. These things happen. We got a functioning economy, we're going to get regulatory bodies. That's what we're going to use all this bureaucracy for. And that's going to get our population growing really fast, and that's going to be even better. Not to mention reducing all the workplace deaths, which, you know, was definitely my core intention, and not to strengthen the nation by increasing the population. Where are we in the population scale right away, by the way? For population, we're below the Austrians and the British, Russians and the USA. We're above Japan, we're above the Germans, and we're above the French, although the French had a bunch of theirs broken off into Occitania. Still, I'm feeling pretty rock solid. Law progressive voting, wonderful. Hopefully, one more and we'll get a clean sweep. It's this number that I'm really concerned about here, because we're going to get extra radicals from conquest. Oh, this hurts. This hurts very bad. I may need to cut taxes when I finish with this. I may be finally running over my over what I can live with in terms of this stuff, because we got a lot of radicals. Although so far the radicals are not doing too much to make things difficult. So far my movements are not really impacting things all that much, although the positivist movement is creeping back up in strength. Russia improving relations. Interesting. Interesting. Moldavia has become a subject of the Austrians, which is curious. I think I might be able to finagle some useful maneuvering out of that situation. I'm just going to put the mines in Switzerland at the top of the queue to get those building as fast as I can. I want to always be producing buildings that build fast. Our economy is still continuing to grow, although its growth is stuttering a little bit at this stage. Let me see. I think we'll go to the end of the next event. I'm hoping we can get regulatory bodies passed early next year so that we can get that properly sorted out. Now is when my anxiety is really starting to grow here, because of course with the Swiss wanting to be independent and having, even though our relations are good, my nervousness is growing with this. And there's regulatory bodies. Let's go ahead and increase the institution level by a bit. And let's see where we can get some more government. There's still a little bit of a shortage of taxation capacity in Piedmont, so let's build that up. So, what do I want? I could increase home affairs further. We're doing guaranteed liberties, so home affairs would be really good. Let's increase that. And let's fall law enforcement back to middle. And maybe we'll be able to get better labor stuff at a later point. I guess we'll go to the end of March. We'll go to the end of March here. March here? No. Something else entirely. Alright, so for now we're just doing a big ol' industrial expansion in Switzerland, and that's going to be going on for a while. And that'll be what it is, because we got a lot of this. We're definitely going to need to drop taxes back, so I may actually need to scale back the size of the construction sector. Because again, my investment pool is not really catching up. Switzerland is damaging relations. That's not great. I cannot improve relations with them for the time being. So we'll just need to keep an eye out and make sure that things don't go buck wild. With that being said, that is all the time we've got for this episode, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.